Look, this was supposed to be the summer of the Brooklyn Nets or the New York Knicks or wherever Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving decided to go. But I'm going to be honest with you. Brooklyn is having to be in the back seat of the Los Angeles Clippers. The team that stole this summer is the Clippers. Anytime you go get the best player in the game to me, which is Kawhi Leonard, and you get another top 2, top 3 two-way player in the game, and Paul George, who was in the MVP conversation last year, this is your summer to add that to the nucleus, a team that already took the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, might I add, to 6 games in the playoffs last year. Now you go add, you pretty much keep everything intact, and you go add Kawhi and PG. You're damn right the Clippers are the favorites. Salute to Steve Ballmer. And I'm a Laker fan, but I got to admit it. The Clippers put in work this summer, man. That battle of Staples Center is going to be crazy. Look, Paul George, PG, and Kawhi on your perimeter? Who's scoring against that? Who going to make a basket against that? I thought it'd be dope to go through the top five Clipper moves this summer. It wasn't a lot of bad. It pretty much was all good from the Clippers this summer. Let's go through and name their top 5 moves. Let's go 5-1. Let's have some fun with it. Stay tuned for the next 7-8 minutes to your boy break down the 5 best moves from the Clippers. Some of these you might not even know about. Obviously, some of them you did know about. At number 5, I like that the Clippers are, generally speaking, under this new regime, earlier than later on guys, all right? What do I mean by that? They had Tobias Harris. He was an all-star to be in this league, right? Tobias Harris can score. He can go get you 18 and 8. He can go get you 20 and 8, whatever. He's a good player in this league, but he ain't great. And they had the wherewithal to trade Tobias at the trade deadline, break that team up as they were doing pretty decently, and say, you know what? We like Tobias, but we ain't in love with him. And we're not going to move forward with this relationship. We ain't going to pay him. Let's get what we can right now. We've seen a lot of teams play that game a year too late, right? Like, look, the Charlotte Hornets lost Kemba Walker for nothing, right? If you knew you weren't going to pay the man, trade the man. The Clippers knew they weren't going to pay Tobias Harris, so they traded the man. And they were able to bring in Lou Shamet. Being earlier on players than later. Landry Shamet is a knockdown shooter in this league, and he's going to be good for years to come. Landry Shamet is going to be able to knock down a three-pointer for pretty much the remainder of his career. He's a good shooter. Usually when guys start playing with dudes on NBA 2K, I'm not lying about this, they usually become good shooters. People on 2K know what the hell they're doing, and Landry Shamet has been a cheese on 2K for the last couple years. He's going to be a good shooter in this league. All right. Also, guys like Montrezl Harrell, signing him to a 2-year deal last summer. You're going to have him for this playoff run you're going to make this year. Montrezl Harrell is going to get paid next summer. You're probably going to lose him. But for this 1 year, you have Montrezl Harrell on a cheap, what is he on, like a $6 million deal? You got him for cheap off your bench. Yes, that's a great move. Guys like Lou Williams. Lou Williams is the best 6-man ever. Literally, statistically, he's the best 6-man ever. Reigning 6-man of the year 2 times. He's won that thing 3 times overall. That man, you got him for $8 million. He sometimes was your closer in the fourth quarter. He likes his role off that Clipper bench. It's all about understanding. He's taking a pay cut because he doesn't want to be a starter. $8 million for Lou Williams, the way he can light it up from the field. He dropped 50 like a year and a half ago. All right? This dude can light it up from the field. I'm talking about Lou can hoop with anybody. Being earlier on guys than later. If he would have won 2 6-man awards in a row and you had to pay him this year, he might have would have commanded 12 to 15 million. Patrick Beverley, getting him for around 40 million. Again, these guys could get more money on the open market, but the Clippers, at the time that they pay their guys, you get them earlier than later, so you kind of save yourself a buck down the line. I think they did that as best as any organization I've seen in quite some time. At number 4, signing Ivica Zubac. Again, one of those guys where I believe the Clippers are earlier than later. You stole Zubac at the trade deadline from the Lakers. I don't care what anybody says. That is one of the best steals of all time from the Los Angeles Clippers. Look, you got Patrick Beverley, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George playing on your perimeter next year. They won't have a steal better than the Clippers stealing Zubac from the Lakers in their same building. The Lakers missed out on Anthony Davis. I don't know why the hell Magic traded Zubac for Mike Muscala. He don't even play for the Lakers anymore. But Zubac's now the Clippers starting center. You traded Michael Beasley and Ivica Zubac for Mike Muscala, a guy that never made the Lakers rotation. That didn't even make the playoffs. Zubac, bringing him in for the deal that you got him around to be your starting center. Talented big man that's only getting better. Steal. Oh, that was a steal. Number 3, signing Patrick Beverley. I brought him up earlier. Yeah, this is a point guard, ladies and gentlemen. This is a nonsense type of dude. And, I know Patrick Beverley has never been the greatest scorer offensively. He'll never be the greatest scorer offensively at that point guard position. He won't be great shooting threes, but I think if he ever were a time for him to work his ass off, it'll be with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in that backcourt or on that perimeter. He knows if there's going to be a guy to blame, they're probably going to blame Patrick Beverley's inability to make shots if the Clippers struggle in the playoffs, right? But I'm sure he's in the gym working as I make this video right now. He's that type of person. I think he's going to be a knockdown shooter. Kawhi can command the basketball during stretches, especially in the postseason. So Patrick knows he's got to be able to make a shot. He's a guy who, again, not a starting point guard scorer, but he might be the best point guard defender we got in this damn league. And everybody in the league know who the hell Patrick Beverley is. Again, not a star, but everyone knows, like when they're circling that Clippers matchup, they'll bring up Kawhi and PG number 1 and number 2. But they'll bring up Patrick Beverley number 3, or 4. You'll bring him up. You'll remember his name on the court. You feel him on the court, even if he ain't put up 20 points. Re-signing him around $40 million, really good deal, man. 10 years a season, something like that. Really good steal for the Clippers to keep their guy who wants to win a championship as bad as Kawhi or PG does. Yeah, that's a good one for the Clippers. Number 2, signing Paul George. The only reason why this isn't number 1 is because if you don't get Kawhi, you probably don't get Paul George. But let me make myself clear. That is the biggest shocker of the summer. Paul George was in the second year of his deal. He just completed the first year of a new deal with the Thunder. And you get him for a pick overhaul in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? I think the world of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He showed me something in a couple games versus the Warriors in the playoffs. But let me make myself clear. If there's an opportunity to trade Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, who I don't like, and picks that ain't even gonna matter to y'all because y'all gonna be so damn good, oh, you gotta make that move. Look, getting Paul George is the missing piece to if Kawhi goes down with an injury. Let's say Kawhi goes down. He's been pretty injury prone throughout his career. Paul George and the Clippers still should be in the mix in the Western Conference next year, right? He's got backbone support. Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams, Patrick Beverley. This team, Doc Rivers coaching the team. Yo, stealing Paul George from the Thunder? What? This dude was in the MVP conversation most of last year. He can score, defend, he's clutch. Now you put him in a locker room that ain't got Russell Westbrook in it? Oh, my damn. Oh, my damn. And number 1 in the hood after the Clippers moved this summer, the name that we'll talk about the most in the summer 2019 offseason, a lot because Kevin Durant is injured. This was the summer of Kawhi Leonard. And the Clippers stole Kawhi Leonard like a thief in the night. They stole him from the Raptors, who just won a championship with that guy, who the Lakers, who had aspirations of making this incredible big three, centered around Kawhi, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. You'll get nothing in like it. Kawhi Leonard is a Clipper. You get the best player in basketball to meet, the current Finals MVP, a guy who led a team that had significantly less talent in Toronto to an NBA championship. You get him to a team that took the Warriors 6 games at full strength. And he got Paul George with him. And you got Doc Rivers as the coach. And you got some tough dudes on the team. Ha 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 ha. I had to hit y'all with the Kawhi Leonard laugh. Ha 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 ha. Man, the Clippers had the offseason of the ages. Maybe one of the best defensive teams ever. Top 5 moves from the Clippers. That's a pretty impressive top 5. They got a pretty impressive starting lineup. They got a pretty impressive bench. They got a pretty impressive front office. I like everything about the Clippers right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.